Alright, bit of COVID preventive maintenance on our Jayco. We found I found by default that one of the bearings was a bit loose, and just to give you a bit of an idea how to check that for yourselves, whether you replace them or not yourself, take them off, re-grease them, repack them, etc. You can certainly do yourself a favour by checking to see whether they're loose or not. So give it a kick, pull it, push it, grab hold of the thread, wriggle it. There's no noise, doesn't feel loose, and that one's not because I've already redone that one. We'll scoot around the other side, and where I haven't done them, and hopefully you'll hear what it sounds like when they're a bit loose. Alright, this one over here is already off, ready to do, but hopefully you'll hear this. You hear that metal sound, where it's like metal hitting metal. Grab hold of the wheel and give it a good shake. You'll hear that. You'll feel it too. There is a tiny bit of movement in that wheel, and there's that tiny little metal on metal rattle. That's indicative of a loose bearing. Now hopefully when you get to this point, and it's just a matter of walking around your van, if you're on the road, look, once a week, walk around it and give the tyres a kick, and you'll certainly hear whether any of your bearings are loose. Alright, this is a dust cap. Behind this dust cap is your outer bearing, and on the back of the drum is the inner bearing, and this which is sitting on the stub axle. So we get a relatively wide bladed screwdriver that's relatively, doesn't have to be sharp on the end, but you don't want it to be too fat on the end, because it's got to go into quite a, like that's quite snug on there. So give it a belt, get the screwdriver behind it, prise it out a little bit, and then it'll pop out relatively easily. Just work your way around. And that'll pop out. There's your crown nut, there's your split pin, there's a retaining washer in behind there which is holding your bearing in, and so what we need to do is undo that crown nut, take that split pin out. Very important point, which I'll repeat as we go through this. Do not put that split pin back in. You can buy them in packs from any automotive joint. That's a pack of 10, costs me, I don't know, $7 or something like that. So they're less than $1 each. Don't use them again. When you take it out, throw it out, and we'll put a new one in. Now that bends down over the face, and the underneath, for some reason that's, both of them are bent up the same way. I didn't do this the last time because I had a bit of work on, and so I ended up getting a mobile bloke in to do a bit of work on the van before he went away. But now it's a bit quiet with this COVID crap, so I've got plenty of time, so I might as well do it myself. Anyway, so that goes in the bin. Behind the camera is a dumper, and in she goes. So that's the end of that, it's gone. Alright, so now that's back on, what you want to do is do that up tight. You can't do this up too tight, because There's not enough pressure. That's the brake pads you can hear. You want to do it up so it's not rolling, not spinning super freely. And then spin it around with your foot. And this is where I suspect people's techniques will probably vary. The way I do it is that I'll spin that around, then back it off, and do it back up again, spin it around some more. There's Max, the underdog. Do it up some more. Okay. These bearings will take an extraordinary amount of pressure. Alright. Back it off a bit. Back on. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. We've got a new split pin, and we just got to find the hole where it lives, which is right there. Get your camera there. Get your pliers, pull one out, chop the end off. Chop the end off the bottom one. This split pin doesn't do anything except stop that nut from being able to undo itself, and that's all it does. And then we fold that up there. One up there, and up at the bottom. That's it. Now the cap. When you put the cap back on, make sure there's no dirt and shit inside it. When you put it back on, get a piece of wood. I find the easiest way to do it, and then just give it a tap all the way around. And that's it. We're done with that.